Hello everyone, welcome to my course on calculator using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So in this course, we will see that how we can create a powerful calculator using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So in this project, I'm going to use VS Code. So I will show you how you can create projects using VS Code. So for that, what I have done that I am inside my D drive and I have created a folder named calculator, and I will go inside this. And what I will do that I will simply press right shift on my keyboard, and after that I will right click, and you can see here we are seeing open PowerShell window here. So I have opened it, and after that I will just give it a command like code dot dot, and it will open the VS Code in this folder. So let me show you. So here you can see that all the folders that I had created in the D drive that is opened here. So inside the calculator, I am going to first design the HTML body of the calculator. I will be using live server so that whatever the development I will be doing, that can track in the browser. So here I am going to create a HTML file inside the calculator, and I will name it as index.html. And after that I will just get the boilerplate from the VS Code for the HTML. So to get the boilerplate, what you have to do that you just have to type this exclamation and you have to put enter. Okay. After hitting the enter, you will get this boilerplate, and inside that you can write your HTML code. So of course, in the title, I'm going to give the title as calculator, and I am assuming that you are aware about HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So title I have given, and inside the body I will write the HTML code for this calculator. So what is the design idea of this calculator is, first I will keep the body. So body I will give a class. So class I will give for the body as busy, that I actually want to give background color to the body. That's why I have kept it as a class busy. And after that, inside that we will create one more class, and that we will keep under one div. Okay, so I'm going to create one div. Okay, and inside this div, what I will do that I will actually create one main class. Okay, and after that what I will do that I will actually create form. Inside that form only we will be taking the input for the calculator. So I'm going to create the form. So let's see, it's form. So inside the form I will keep the form class as not x and any we are going to take. I will keep the class as form only, and after that I will give its name as form. So I hope you know that what class does, what name does. So class we will be using it these all things in the JavaScript and CSS code. So that's why we are providing it class and ID for the form. And inside the form we'll be taking the input. So input we are going to take as our text view only. So we will keep the class as text view, and we will give the name also as text view. So we are not going to keep the type and ID. So name we will be keeping. So I am going to remove the ID. So this will be actually text view. Name will be text view, and also I'm going to give it as a class also as text view. So now let's see that how it is looking. So if I go live, let me check that this code is looking like. So here you can see that this is actually the form I have created, and inside this only we'll be taking the input for our calculator. So after that we will be creating the keypads for the calculator. So for the keypad, actually what we are going to do that we are going to create tables. So table will be actually helpful for us for the keypad. So for that I am going to create a table. So inside the table, first we will keep the table raw, and inside the table raw we will be keeping the table data. So that is how the table is created. So I'm going to create table raw, and inside the table raw the table data will be there. The design idea of the calculator is, let's check on the Google, like how calculator look like. So you can see this is actually a scientific calculator. We are going to design a simple calculator. So let's check from the images. So in the images, you can see that this is also a high level calculator. We are going to create a simple calculator like this. So inside this, you can see that the raw we have like 1 2 3 4 4 raw we have, and inside its raw we have 1 2 3 4. So this is actually the table raw, and these are actually the table data. Okay, so we are going to create a similar calculator like this. So let's keep this calculator in the mind, and let's create the design of our calculator like this only. So inside that, what I'm going to do, that I'm going to write the table data. So in the table data, what we'll be doing, that we'll be taking the input actually. So inside the table data, first of all, what type of data we'll be keeping, like we will be making it as an input class. Okay, so I'm going to make it as input, and for the input, we will be keeping it as a, we will give the class as button. Type also we have to give it as a button. So type also as a button, and after that I'm going to give it as value. So value, I'm going to provide it as C. So the C will be actually to cleaning the form. So that's why I provided the C, and I will just copy this line of code, and after that I will paste this 4 times. Okay, and what I will do, that I will just change the value. So to, for the backspace, I am going to add this less than symbol, and after that we will be having what button we should give. Let's give the divided by, and after that let's give the multiplication. So for the multiplication, I'm going to give it as a X, and let's see how it is looking. So for the go live, it is on the port. Okay, let's closed. So here you can see that. So this button will actually clear the form, and this will be for the backspace for the clearing the text, and this is for the divide, this is for the multiplication. So similarly, we will be designing the other buttons also. So for the other buttons, the similar type of code like the table raw and the table data. So I am going to paste this code 4 times, because we have 4 raw of data in our calculator. So that's why I put it as 4 times. But the table data will vary. Okay, so let's see how it will vary. So if I go to the calculator, and if I refresh it, okay, it is not okay. I have to go live again. So let me check. So it is like this. Now I have to change these all buttons. Okay, the button hasn't created, just the value I have to change. So let's see how our calculator is looking right now. We will check that whether we are missing anything in our calculator. Okay, so here you can see that we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. We are still missing 0, and also we are missing, what we are missing, we are missing 0, and we are missing actually the dot, that is point. So that we are actually missing. So we have to create those raw here. So actually we have only 2 table data, 2 data and 1 raw. So we have to manage accordingly, like how we can manage. So what we can do, that we can actually create one big 0 here, and after that we can create one dot here, and this equal to sign we can create uh, like in this using this 2 row. So for that, let's see how we are going to do that. So for that, actually I'm going to add 2 row of table data. So let me copy this. We have already copied it, but still, and I'm going to remove the 2 row of table data, because we have only 2 here. So let's keep it as the value as I will keep the value as this the value will be actually 0, and this value will be actually dot. Okay, that is point. And after that we have to manage it like in the column span or row span. Okay, so in this the equal to sign, we are going to put the row span as 2, like it will be in the 2 rows. Okay, so for that let's put row span as 2, and for this the column span I will be putting as for the 0 we are putting the column span as 2. So let's check that how it is looking like. uh, Sorry, column span is equal to 2, and we have to check that how it is looking like. So I'm going to close the port and I'm going to listen it again. Okay, I think still uh, some modification is required from the CSS end. So we are going to use the inline CSS and we will see that how it looks like. Okay, so for the inline CSS, like we will be writing, I'm going to say that like HTML wise we have completed our code and we have to write the CSS for the better look of our calculator. So now we are going to start the CSS. So in the CSS there are two types of CSS. We can write the inline CSS and we can create an explicit file and we can link that file here. So for this 2 rows of data, I'm going to use actually inline CSS. So let's see how we can use the inline CSS. So for the inline CSS, I'm going to make here style as we have to put the height of this. Okay, so 100 pixel height I have given, and after that let's define the height of this field also. So for that I'm going to put the style, and it will not have the height, actually it will have the width. Okay, so for the width I'm going to put it as the width as let's give the width 100 pixel only, 100 pixel. Okay, and let's check that how it is looking like. So I'm going to check. Okay, it's not bad, but still it's looking like we have created some mess. So after implementing the other CSS, I think we can adjust it. So let me check the raw span. Let me get the raw span as 4, and how it look like. So I have to check that. So for the raw span 4, okay, it is not creating any difference because we have to adjust the others also. Okay, so let's create another CSS file. We'll create one more file inside the calculator folder, and that file will be actually style.css. So style.css will be containing all the styling portion of this calculator. So for that, what I will do that first we have to link this file with this index.html. So to linking that file, we have to link this style.css files. For that we will be using link tab, and inside the link we have already got that the relative file is that is a style sheet type, and in the href we will give its name, and that name is actually style.css. So style.css it has automatically detected. So inside that we are going to write all the styling portion of this website. So first of all we have to write the like we have created one button class. So inside the button using the button class we will be actually able to style our buttons. So for that let's style our button. So for the class we are using actually dot button, and inside the button let's write the code like what this how our button should look like. So for the button I'm going to take the width. So let's take the width as 50 pixel first. Okay, so I'm going to take it as 50 pixel, and after that let's take the height also as 50 pixel I will take. Yeah, it's pretty good, better than before. Okay, so the height and width wise we are good. Now let's check something other in our style sheet. So in our style sheet actually, if you can see that the font size is actually not so good. So we have to actually write the font size, and after that let's take the margin from each button, and we will check like we can change also. Let's take the cursor also, so we'll see what this cursor do. Okay, so cursor, take it as pointer. Okay, now let's save it. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to save this as well, and let's check that whether it is working or not. Yeah, it is working. Now it is working. So what cursor does actually, so when I'm moving the cursor on this, you can see it is coming as pointer. Okay, it is coming as a hand, and if I remove that cursor, so let me show you what this cursor does. Suppose I'm removing this cursor, I am saving it. You can see it is not coming as a pointer, it is coming as a normal cursor. So to keep it as a pointer, we have to make it as cursor pointer. Okay, the color also we have to decide. Color we can check. So let's take the color as let's take the RGB format of the color. So I am going to take the RGB format. I am actually going to give the color code. Okay, not red, green, blue. So let's take first 9 I will take, and I'm going to take second as 255. I will show you why I'm taking this all. And let's take the blue take as 0. Okay, you can adjust from here also. Okay, you can adjust from here. Okay, that's why I have just taken. So this is the color I have chosen. So you can adjust the color according to your choice. It's not mandatory like what I am choosing. And I am going to take background. Okay, so background of this buttons I am going to take as let's take it as red. I'm going to take background color as red because red will shoot with green. Let's see how it is looking. And let's see now how it is looking like. Oh damn, you can see it's quite vibrant. Okay, now let's take the color also. So color I'm going to keep it as white. So this color will be actually applicable in the background. Okay, let me show you. Yeah, the color of the font it is actually taking. Okay, so color I have taken as white. Okay, so there's no point of keeping this color, so I'm going to remove this actually because white I'm thinking like white is better. So let me check that how the white is looking. So you can see that white is quite better, so let's keep it as white. And after that let's go with the border. Okay, so border of the button we have to take. So border I will take border as a RGB only. So let's check that how it is looking. Okay, it's pretty cool now. Okay, you can adjust the border as per your requirement or your likings. It's not mandatory that what border I am giving you, you should also have to give that. Okay, so let's check the other things, like what other things we have. Okay, we have other class as text view. So for the text view we have to actually make something, like we have to design the text view also. So dot text view, and we have taken the class text view now, and inside that class let's decide the width of the class. So width I'm going to keep it as 200 pixel. We will adjust it accordingly. Okay, no worries for that. And keep the margin. So margin we will keep it as keep margin as 2 pixel. Okay, uh, so we will check, like we can adjust that also. And font size inside that text view will be actually, let's keep that 25 pixel. Okay, because our key size is also, like our button size is also 25 pixel. And padding we have to keep. So padding I'm going to keep to for 5 pixel. Let's keep the padding as 5 pixel. And after that let's see that how it is looking like. Okay, so I'm going to save it, and you can see it's yeah, it's quite better. Yeah, it's better than previous. Okay, I think we can extend it little bit. Okay, we'll check it. We'll check it. Okay, and after that put the color of the text view also. So color I am going to put like Okay, next let's take what we can take. Okay, so border also we can give. So border I am going to keep it as purple. Let's keep it as purple. Let's see how it is looking. Oh, it's gone. Yeah. Okay, it is coming like when I'm clicking on this. So I'm not sure why it is happening. So we'll check on this. Maybe after adding the background color, it will be appearing. So let's ignore it for now, and let's check like how we can make it better. So also like we have one this division. Okay, so because of this division, so this division class we have taken as form. So that form class, for that dot form, and inside that what we can do, that we can give the width as 100%. Now let's give the color to our form. So this is the form. Let me save it and let me check out how it is looking. So still our form is not so good. Okay, we will check it. Not a problem. And after that, what we can do, that we don't want our calculator here. We want our calculator actually at the middle of the what we call desktop or your screen. So for that, actually we have kept it under the main division. Okay, so you can see that this main is actually ending here. Let me check where this main is ending. This div. So this div is actually ending, you can see here. Okay, so for that we will actually align this whole code or whole thing inside the middle of the screen. So for that we have to actually take main. Okay, so dot main class we have chosen, not, you can see. And the main class position we will keep it as let's skip the position as absolute only. Padding we have to like we have to maintain. Okay, so from the top let's keep it as 50%. Left also, from left also we have to align it 50%. Let's skip the transformation. Okay, so first let's see that how it is looking. I'm going to save it. Okay, you can see how it is looking. So here it has came. So we will adjust it, not a problem. We can inspect and adjust it. But before that, I'm going to take it transform. Okay, so for the transform, let's skip that translate x. So for that, I will keep it as translate x. Let's skip minus 50%, and we will see that what it's going to do, and y also we have to check. Okay, so translate control G, translate y. Let's keep this also as minus, and let's check that what this code has done. I'm going to check. Oh, so you can see that it has actually adjusted this. Okay, in the middle of the screen, but still I'm not so happy with these things. So for that, what we can do, that we can inspect it, and here this is the, so I'm going to check that first. I'm going to inspect. Okay, so this is the width. So width, I'm going to check that. Okay, first of all, let's make the width as, let's type something inside this, and after that let's check the width. So width I'm going to increase. Okay, and after that, now you can see that the width is actually 216 pixel. It's looking good. Okay, and after that the margin is actually I think good, and font size wise it's also good. Okay, so let's make the width as 216 pixel. Okay, I will keep the inspect mode open, and I'm going to make it as 216 pixel. Sorry. Okay, it's now I have made it as 216 pixel. Let me close this. I'm going to close this as well. Yeah, still this is not coming. This is a concern for me. Okay, so we'll check like why it is not coming. First of all, now let's make some background color also. So if you want to make the background color, if you want to maintain some background color, you have to so for the body we have given the class as bz, just for the background color only. So dot bz. So inside the background color I am going to give you one different kind of background color. So for the background, what you will do that this is some different kind of background color. Okay, so this will be actually linear gradient. Okay, so the background will be linear gradient. I'm going to keep. Okay, so it is coming now, linear gradient, and inside that what we can do that we can write some hex code. Okay, so let me show you some hex code so you can search it from Google. I am having something in my mind right now, so I am going to write that not 636A, and after that let's keep it as 00A. Let's see how it is. Okay, so it's yellow, you can see that. And after that let's keep RGBA. So inside the RGBA, what I will do that I will give something like 70 and 235 and 5, and after that let's give the A as 1. Let's see how it is looking. So if I'm giving it as 1, not like that, like this. Okay, so it is completely green. So let me adjust it. So I'm going to adjust it. I will give the color as not like that, not like that, like that, like that. No, 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 no. Yeah, I think this is decent. And A, let me put the A also. So A, I'm going to give like 0. Point 996. Let's check now. Control S. Yeah, you can see. So this is actually the linear gradient. Okay, so this is actually the pattern is repeating. Okay, you can see it. If you like, you can keep it as it is. So I'm going to make this as not 9966. Let's make it as 999. Okay, so not like that. Control S. Okay, so if you like it, you can keep it, or else you can edit edit it also. So still I can see that the button is not so looking good. So I will go to inspect, and I will actually check the buttons properties. Okay, so button here also we have. So this height also we can actually adjust. So let me adjust this height. Yeah, I can adjust it from here. So if I am increasing the height, okay, it is actually not making any impact. I don't know why. Okay, I'm decreasing the height, it is not making any impact. Okay, not a problem. And let me make the raw span as 5. Okay, it is like this right now. and now I'm going to increase and decrease the height. So I'm going to decrease the height right now. Okay, now you can see that the height, it is okay. Okay, so now the height is making impact actually. So I think I need to increase the height more. I will keep it as 114 pixel. Okay, not so good right now also. Okay. So let me keep the height as I think it's gone over. Let me keep it as 10 and 7 pixel. Let me try. Yeah, I think it's matched. Let's check for this. Okay, let me inspect for this. So for that, actually, we have to increase the width. Okay, so width we are going to increase, but not much. For the width size also, we will keep it as 107 or 8 pixel. That will be fine, I guess. So this is also looking good. Yeah, I think it's good. I think I need to increase it again 1 pixel. Yeah, that's fine. So that changes we will make in the our code. Let us check that. Okay, here actually we can make the raw span as 5 and this height as 107 pixel. 7 pixel it was, or 8. We keep it as 7, and this was as it is 8. And control S. Let's check that. Where is, and I'm going to close it. Yeah, so our calculator is looking good, but still it's only HTML and CSS. It is not performing any action, like nothing is happening. Now what we have to do, we have to add the functionalities to our calculator. Our design is prepared, we just have to add functionality. So to add the functionality, we have to write actually JavaScript. So for the JavaScript, what I will do that, I will create one more file inside my calculator folder. So in that, what I will do that, I will create one script.js file. In that, we'll be writing our JavaScript code. So before that, I have to link that script.js file, and that I will link after the body. So after body, what I have to do, like I have to write a script. So a script, and here I have to give like source. So source is script.js. So we have linked our JavaScript code file with our HTML code, and what I will do that, we will now write the JavaScript. So for that JavaScript, first we will create insert function. Okay, like here you can see that our calculator is ready, but it is not inserting anything on the click. Okay, so for that we have to write the logic. So for that, I'm going to create one function in JavaScript, and that function I will write like insert. Okay, so inside the insert function, what we will insert, we will insert everything as num, and after that, inside that function, we have to get the things of where we want to insert actually. So for that, we will write like our document dot we are inserting everything into form. So document dot form, and that is actually text view. So text view dot value. Okay, so these things we are going to insert, and we will insert it like whenever the user will press it, it will be get inserted. So for that, again document dot form dot text view again, and again that is the value we are going to insert. Okay, and this will plus num. So whenever the user will click any number, it will insert, the insert function will work, and it will insert that number. Okay, And after that we have inserted the number. Then after that we have to write like evaluation code, like it should evaluate the plus, minus, multiplication, and division. So for that we are not going to write any if else condition. Here there is a more suitable function we are going to create, and using that function we can evaluate all the arithmetic operations. Okay, so for that one new function I'm going to create, that is equal, that will be equal. Okay, so equal function will evaluate everything, and inside the equal function we are going to give expression as the var. So var expression equal to document dot form, and after that we are going to take it from text view. Okay, so expression, it will take whatever we will write inside the form, that it will take as expression. Okay, so that it will take as expression, and after that it will evaluate. So for that we will write expression like if expression exists. So if expression is there, like if expression is there, then it will evaluate the code, evaluate the expression. So for that, what it will do, that we are going to use the eval function, uh, that is the inbuilt function of the JavaScript. So for that what it will do, that again it will document, sorry, not the code, document dot form dot text view dot value, it is going to be evaluated. Okay, so it is going to and eval function, it will evaluate our expression, so exp. Okay, so after that what we are going to, that the variable we are going to store as evaluated expression. Okay, so this function will work definitely. I will show you how. So for that, let's complete first our JavaScript code. So the next is like if we want to clean our calculator, like if I'm going to press this, so it should also work. Okay, right now nothing is working, it should work. So okay, we will see that why it is not working. Right now I'm going to write a function clean. Okay, so function clean I'm going to write, and using function clean, when a user will press C, then everything inside the form, or inside the calculator input, it will be cleaned. So if that is there, then what I will do, that I will just copy this and I'm going to paste it. Okay, so what it will store, that it will be stored as empty. Okay, and here I have missed the semicolon. No, not missed. So after that, let's see, in the JavaScript, even if you miss the semicolon, it's not a problem. For that, we have one more thing in our calculator, that is backspace. So if user is pressing this backspace, it should clear the things inside the form. So for that, we are going to write a function back, and this function will uh, clean the things one by one for us. Okay, and inside that, what I'm going to do, that I'm going to write expression, where expression is equal to what it will take. It will take the same thing, not v. Okay, so this things we will take, and after that what we will do, that we are going to store it, removing the length one by one. So again, this thing will be stored as expression dot substring substring, and after that what we are going to do, that from 0 to we will take length as expression dot length expression dot length minus 1. So it will reduce the length of the expression by 1. Okay, so let me check substring. Okay, it's looking fine, everything is looking fine, but still let me save it. Control S and Control S, Alt Tab. Still this is not working. So for that I think we have missed something in our HTML code. So let's check that. Okay, yes, so in our button we have missed on click function. Okay, so that's why it is not working. So for that, what we will do, that we will write like what on click what function will be triggered. So for that I'm going to write on click. So on click it will call the clean function. So it will call the clean function because it's a C, and after that let me add this on click everywhere. And what it will do on click, like, let me check. So this is actually back. Okay, so on click it will call back function. It will call back function. Okay, and after that let me take another. This will insert. So it should insert. Okay, so insert, and we have to provide the argument like what it is going to insert. So it is going to insert this thing. Okay, so this division symbol will be inserted on. Okay, something is wrong here actually. So okay, this should be actually in the, not in the double quotes, it should be in the single quote. Okay, so it will insert it, and after that this should also be shorted. So let me see. So on click this button, it should insert. It should actually insert multiplication. So for the multiplication we are taking asterisk. Actually in the JavaScript asterisk is used. So let me put the asterisk. Okay, and let's try that whether it is working or not. Okay, I'm going to save it and Alt Tab. Okay, it is still not working. Okay, I think there is something wrong. Let me go again. Okay, these things are actually not good. Not a problem. Let's try other things. Like the number is being inserted or not. So on click actually insert should be triggered. So let's put everywhere insert. Let's save this code and now check. Okay, it is still not working. Okay, we'll check. Script.js is correct. Script.js, we have saved this. So let me check my JavaScript code, that why that insert function is not working. Document. Okay, so you can see here it is forms. So that's why it is not working, and in our HTML code it is actually form. Okay, so that's why it was not working. I hope it will work now. So let me save it. I am going to save it, and this index.html also saved. Let's check that whether it is working or not. Perfect. So 7-8 days working. Okay, so for these we have not still written insert function, so that's why it is not working. So let us check. Let us put the insert for all. So let's check that whether our calculator is working fine or not. So I'm going to save it, and let's come here. 7 into 9. Okay, our equal to is not actually working. So I think there might be some problem with our code. So let's check that what is the problem with our code. Okay. Let's see the JavaScript, that whether in the JavaScript. Okay, so in the JavaScript also it is again forms. So it should not be forms. It is form. Let me check again for all place that whether okay everywhere it's fine. Now let's see 7 7 into 9, it should be 63. Okay, correct. And 8 plus 6 11, sorry 14. Okay, 5 plus 6 11. Okay, it's fine. 7 minus 3 is equal to 4, plus 9 should be 13. So you can see all the keys are working fine. Okay, let me show you that whether all keys are working fine or not. Okay, yeah, it is working fine. And let me show you, it is not like you can 12 plus 12 minus 4. You can see and into 7, let me take something into 4 divided by 2. Yeah, 40 divided by 4 into 2. So it should be actually 20. Yeah, you can see it is working fine. So using this code you can create a JavaScript calculator. So I will provide this code in the description, or else I will provide my GitHub link. So whatever will be better. I can provide you the source code also. So I'll provide that. So for the project, what you can do that you can create this project easily, and I hope you enjoyed this project, and it might have given exposure to you also, like how powerful JavaScript is and what we can do using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So that's it for this course. Thank you so much for taking this course, guys, and we will meet in our next course. Thank you so much.